I will now invite Mr. Jatinder Singh Pabla. He is the Director Marketing Microsoft to take us through this, please. No, after this, so your session has been cut off by 5 minutes, so you have 10 minutes.
Demos to you, and that's why probably there would be slides, maybe half a minute of delay. Okay, yeah, you can probably connect this. Okay. Done. Audible? Okay, so how many of you had an alternate agenda today to go to bank for currency conversion? Okay, thank you for prioritizing and thank you for coming here. Thank you for listening to us. Okay, so we'll be covering a couple of topics today, and let's see how interesting we can make it for you. These are a couple of ideas. You are the owner of your business. What we can give you are a couple of ideas and, of course, work with you on how to implement those ideas in your organization. So what I would do is that I'll probably not get into the boring details of what we can do for you. I'll straight away get into the details of those ideas. What are those 5 or 6 ideas on which we can work with you, and probably if you can pick some of those ideas, we'll be glad to follow up on with you. Okay. The first idea and the first requirement, of course, whether it is a modern retail or whether it's a traditional retail is about analytics. And there are 2 kinds of analytics. They started getting very interesting these days. There is one part which is your business analytics, and then there is a second part which is your organization analytics. How your business is doing, how your store is doing, how your product is doing is part of business analytics. How your people are doing, that is your organization analytics. And when we talk about our analytics, it is both the parts. Okay. I'm sure that all of you would be having some sort of product and category analytics tool in your organization. I just wanted to probably leave you with one thing. So just give me one moment if we are up. Yeah, so the tool or the solution which we provide is named Power BI, but what it does is that it gives you an end-to-end solution through which you can get your data from any sources, whether it is your on-premises sources like IBM, Oracle or SQL, whether it is your online sources like Salesforce, like your AWS, or whether those are any your offline files. You can get your data from all these things and you can analyze them. And then you can definitely put the retail or the modern retail flavor of this. Just for an example, this is a sample data, and if I want to probably see how I am doing in terms of sales, I will just probably click on this tab which talks about total stores. These are my merchandisers. So there are 2 merchandisers. I want to see how I am doing specific to this brand. I'll click on this. Let's say I want to see how I am doing geographically in a geographical view. I'll click on this. I can drag and drop. I can pick and choose. I can do whatever I want. Okay, and the beauty here is that this is available in 2 flavors. One, a flavor which is a very light flavor, available free, which a majority of users can use, let's say 70 to 80% of your organization. And then there is a premium flavor, which you can decide that who in your organization will want to use. Both of them use the same data set. So we have both the flavors, and you can pick and choose how you want to use that, how you want to get the data, how you want to analyze, whether you want to view it in a GIS model. Everything is available here with samples. What this also does is that it allows you to ask questions in natural language. So for example, if this was the report, if you see here, it has already started filling up questions in natural language. So this year's sale, store, so by store, yeah, so it has already picked up, by store, by store, by store name, or by store type, whether it is same store, new store. So whatever you want to do on your data, there are of course samples which are available, but even if samples are not there, we can work with you, we can get all the data which you have in various sources, offline, on premises, in let's say in Excel sheets, we can get them and we can basically give you an analytical tool which works across browsers, devices, thick client, thin client, whichever you would want to choose. So that is one part of business analytics. There is another part of business analytics, which is the social analytics. Now, I'm sure that every organization today has huge social presence. But how do you analyze? And what we have done is that we have used Power BI itself as a topic, and we have tried to analyze it. Your topic could be different. Your topic could be your brand, your product, your store. It could be anything. But let me just give you a flavor of that. I can, just give me one moment. These are demos on internet. Okay. So I can analyze all my outbound tweets. If you see here, these are all my outbound tweets. I can pick and choose what are the topics which I want to analyze. Okay, I can analyze all my, and what are those topics? I can analyze all my inbound tweets. Okay, I can analyze what are the topics and authors which are connected to each other. Look at this one. So this is a graph which Microsoft Research created. Just give it one moment while it populates. The black ones are the topics and the blue ones are the authors. If you see Power BI as at the center, your central topic could be anything. What I can do is that I can zoom, I can pick, let's say I want to pick, and I can pick a time frame. I wanted to find out what happened during this period when suddenly there was a spike. I'll click that and it will auto-calibrate. So it will say that when this happened, so Power BI was your central topic. There were so many discussions going around that. These were the top authors, and by the way, these were the other topics which were connected to that. So the amount of information which you can get through this is immense. You have one product, how that product is impacting your other products, how people are perceiving that on social media. All those kinds of analytics can be done here. And this is, again, available. The moment you have a base tool like an Excel and Power BI, all the sample data are already available. And you can do whatever you want in this. Let me give you one more example. Let's say I wanted to find out how I am being impacted by negative tweets. Give me one moment. Yeah. So the sentiment analysis, right? All of us do that. So these are my negative tweets. If I click on this one, it will actually tell me, let me click, yeah, it will tell me this was the tweet and this was the author which impacted most of my negative tweets. So what is it which is concerning users? What are they talking negatively about me? Right? And lastly, what I can also do is that I can create my own algorithm. I can recalibrate how I want to see my business in terms of social. I can reweight whether sentiment is more important, whether count of tweet is more important. I can give the entire weightage, and this is again a Microsoft Research IP, but available to you. And it will tell me that if you weigh it accordingly, these are your top tweets and these are your top authors. This solution is available. You can start using it the moment you go back. Okay, so that was about business analytics. So you can analyze your business from product category, from merchandise, from store category, whichever way you want, or you can analyze your product from a social perspective, how people are tweeting, how your products are related, which product is impacting what other products. So you can do all these things. Let me go to the second one, which is your organization analytics. So you did a good amount of analytics from a product perspective. But does that mean but does that solve your organizational problems? What are the problems in your organization? And every people manager, every leader has these problems. The problems are, how do you increase the top percentage in your organization? Every organization hires the best of the people, but why only the top 15 to 20% are the top performers? What are the characteristics of those top performers? How do they interact? How do they spend more time externally, internally? Do they spend more time networking out of their immediate group, or they are siloed? Do they spend What do they do actually? Do they spend more time responding to mails or their calendar is empty? We do not know. We all have notions, myths. We believe that a salesperson should be spending more time externally. We believe that a technical person should be spending more time internally, but we do not know. And the beauty here is that, and similarly, what do people do before they exit, right? There are specific characteristics. People get siloed, people do not interact with others, people maybe do not spend enough time externally, or people spend more time externally, you don't know, whatever is that. And the beauty here is that all this data is available in your system. Your mail knows whom you are sending information to, your calendar knows whom you are interacting with, how much time you are spending, how much late hours you are working, right? Everything is there. How do you put that data across? The organization analytics, what it does is that at an organization level, at a manager level, at an individual level, it helps you consolidate data. It can tell you that in your organization, if organization 1 is meeting its business targets, these are the characteristics of that organization. If the top 10 people are meeting their numbers, or top 10% are meeting their numbers, these are the characteristics of those top 10 performers. You can decide based on that, and you can also extrapolate to the rest of the organization, saying that based on these top characteristics, who are likely to meet their numbers or who are likely to exit the organization. And you can take corrective steps, right? Interesting. I think that is what will happen. You can, for example, if in your organization you have set a target that you want your salespeople to have 5 external customer meetings, how do you track that? If that customer meeting is in his calendar, his or her calendar, you have got a tracking. How do you report that? This helps you report it. But if that is not related to his business, if he or she is not meeting his numbers, is that relevant? Right? So all those questions can be answered using this. I'm very passionate about this topic, and I'm sure we'll have more discussions as you go back. I'll not spend much time on this. This is, all of us know that Mayer is the world-class organization who used analytics to increase 40% profitability during a season in their bakery category. They used it to compare with the rest of the regions, and the region started performing better. So all those things can happen if we have the right data. The second topic is, how do we use the productivity? How do we use all these tools which are available to engage better with employees? We talked about analytics. Let's talk about how do we use these tools to engage better with employees. What do employees want? One, in today's large organization, spread organization, they want to be connected. They want to be connected with the organization. Connected not in terms of internet connectivity, but connected in terms of what is happening. Is my voice being heard? Is my voice or is my opinion being valued? Am I being heard, or am I getting all the right information from the top? Right? All those things are something which impact. It's very difficult to put a number to that, but ultimately it impacts employee morale, and ultimately it impacts both bottom line and top line. And there are various mechanisms to do that. And each individual has his or her own style. Some people want to communicate using mail. Some people want to communicate using chat. Some people want to communicate using phone. Some people probably just want to go and browse it on search. What this does is that, in a nutshell, it gives a platform using which your employees are always connected. And let me just show it to you on a screen. Give me one moment. This is my one-stop, and this is all role-based, customized. This is my one-stop portal. Role-based, customized for me in real time. It tells me what are my required trainings, what are my recommended trainings, okay? What are the trending trainings which everyone is taking? What are the trending documents in my organization? What are the trending videos in my organization? Right? What are the trending pages? And it's all customized to me. How does it customize? Let me give you an example. This is one technology behind that, which is called as Delph Home. Now, my system knows what I typically search. Right? I put some keywords, I open some documents, and 99% of the time, someone else in the organization would have solved that problem or would have been working on that problem. What it does is that, as long as the document is mutually available to both of them, it connects all the dots. If I go to this page, this is my page, and this is what gets reflected there. It tells me that you were working on some specific topics, and these are all relevant topics to me. I was working on this deck, okay, this topic, which is Microsoft Teams. I was working on a review, which is this document. I was working on a presentation. I was working on retail RT deck, so it has said that is your deck, but this will start showing in someone else who is working on this topic. Okay, this will start showing in his or her page. So what it does is that, and I have never interacted with these people. I do not know who Rene Keslar is. Okay, so what it does is that it collates all these topics. It collates my interest. It goes out to the entire organization, and it starts populating those documents here. And it helps me get all the information. It is an intelligence, machine learning system. So this is one way we solve that problem. There are groups. If in your organization, if you ask a question, or if anyone had a question, what is the probability of getting the answer if you put the entire user community in one room, entire employee community in one room? I would say the answer would be 99%. Someone else would have solved that problem. So I'm not talking about a structured content, I'm talking about a questioning and answering. So what we do is that we give people platform to ask in Microsoft, and of course everyone needs this. What we need to do is that we need to give people platform to ask those questions and answer, and so that someone else answers those questions. So this is one platform, which is Microsoft Teams. If you see here, these are the groups which I'm part of, and there are multiple more. People keep on asking these questions. If I have a question, I will ask, and it will keep a record of it. I can upload files, I can pinpoint whatever are the key important pages for me, and this is one-stop shop where I go if I have any question which I do not have answer for, and I get an answer within an hour, maximum within 24 hours. So I've got two platforms. I have got a document search platform, which is an intelligent document search platform. I am not searching for document is coming to me, and I have got 5 minutes? Sure. Okay. And I have got a second platform, which is, this conversation platform, where I can go and ask questions and someone will answer to me. So these are the two platforms. If we give this platform to users, they are quite, they get their answers more or less in a timely fashion. Okay, let's go to the in the interest of time, I will be skipping the compliance section. We'll cover it in the next section. Okay, I'll just probably want to show you these screenshots. Do you have today capability in your organization to specify restrictions on mail or document, saying that do not forward, do not reply all, do not print, expire after this date? If you do not have, then this is the solution for you. Okay, so I'm just asking a couple of questions. And everyone has these requirements. Do you have mechanisms in your organization which warn user before they send sensitive information out of their mailbox? If credit card is just one information, just one sensitive information, Aadhaar card could be one, it could be an order ID, it could be a discount percentage, it could be anything. If you do not have, here is another solution which is built in. All these solutions are built in. Do you have a mechanism which prevents people from uploading documents to sites if they have got confidential information? Let's say they created a Word file, tried to upload somewhere. Does it prevent them? If not, built in. Do you have solutions in your system which does not allow users to open attachments or link which are considered malicious but do not have any definition file, and might get a bit technical. Considered malicious, do not have definition file means your traditional antivirus and anti-spam system will pass it through. So users will end up opening it and getting infected, and the data is then everyone's information. What this does is that this prevents, this basically uses all the machine learning technology to prevent users from opening those viruses for which antidotes have not been discovered or invented or made. So these are zero-day vulnerabilities, and this is something which is the hottest topic these days. Most of the damage is done when your antivirus and anti-spam systems have no protection. Okay, and the last point, which is ready for future with the bots. We covered some part of that, but I probably want to just point out a couple of things. The use cases could be multiple. It could be food ordering, it could be customer support, it could be retail e-commerce, it could be travel bookings, it could be internal support. Okay, but what we give you are three specific things. One, a framework using which any developer can build bot. Second, a bot which learns by itself, and I'll show you a 1-minute video. Third, a bot which integrates with human. And let me show you that 1-minute video, and it will get more clear. Oh, what happened? Will it come if I play this?
Please send me a large pepperoni pizza.
Okay, I think it will come.
And you can see.
So what there are three parts to this video, small 30 seconds part. This is a Domino bot sample application. As a user, I'm trying to order a pizza, and this is the first. I'm saying that, can you send me a pizza? And it gives me options. Those options could be anything. In your case, it could be support.
That my bot understands the size and toppings and asks me to clarify what kind of crust I want. Now, in order to do this, your bot needs to understand natural language.
Okay, so that was the first part, where the applications, using the bot framework, we help you create any bot which you want, specific to your industry. The second part is, how do you use the intelligence, which is machine learning. Now, you might have built an application which says that if a user says buy, give him an option. But buy has 15 connotations. I might say buy as get, someone might say as something else. The system has to learn and also suggest. So what it does is that it gives you a machine learned system. It will learn, but it will also suggest and predict. Just look at this. It was buy. It gave you all these options. Hey, for your buy, I have 10 different things.
And you
And you can select that.
It's really easy.
Right? So it's a machine learning system. It will learn from users. You can suggest it, or it will learn from the internet, which is the backend database. And third, there would be times when your bots will fail. How do you use? But your bots will not fail 100%. If I'm saying, get me a pizza which has got, let's say, some unique Indian name, Turai, as topping. Okay? Pizza is valid, get is valid, Turai is not valid. But your user or the other person should not be asked to repeat those things, right? That's what happens on the third part.
Combine what people do best with the intelligence.
It integrates.
So let's take a look at what the worker might see.
All those
All
things
right.
which
So
you could
here,
understand.
as I'm working, the system in real time is automatically suggesting me responses, and you can see those responses below my text entry in the chat window. And then on the side, the system is automatically pre-filling my order form based on what it knows. Now I can see here the system has incorrectly classified Moscone as a person.
Okay, so you get that idea. Basically what it does is that it takes whatever is available and then allows a human intervention, and once the human intervenes, once it tells it that, okay, this means that, it will remember it. So next time that becomes part of the database. So that's all I wanted to share. Just to summarize, there are 5 or 6 things which I would request you to take back. One, analytics. There are 2 parts of analytics. Business analytics. Business analytics could be your product, merchandise, store, category, or business analytics could be your social analytics. And those are ready-made tools which are available. Second, which is organizational analytics, which allows you to find out who are leaving, who are top people, and allows you to take course corrective actions. The second part is finding information. Again, I will categorize in 2 parts. How are you helping users discover information? So how are documents, structured documents, reaching out to them across the organization rather than they go and search? And second, how are you giving them a platform to ask questions across the organization? Third was compliance, which we'll cover in the next. And fourth is a system, a bot system, which is easy to build, which is intelligent to learn, and which integrates with human. So if any of these ideas were interesting to you, please drop down a small note and we will take it forward. Thank you.